Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you're well from wherever you're watching this channel. Now, the information that we have is that Cleophas Malala was released from custody. Now, this was, of course, after intervention from Gideon Moi, intervention from so many other leaders in the opposition, and intervention from so many other Kenyans. So Cleophas Malala was left off the hook. Now, there's something that Cleophas Malala mentioned. It's something that we are still going to do some investigation on so that we get the actual information. But Cleophas Malala is saying that 15 BUTERE girl students were still missing at the time he was initiating communication with the handlers.
Tulikuja na watoto 38 wale ambao walikuja kuperform play hii, lakini sasa hivi tunaambiwa kwamba watoto 15 hawapatikani. Ningependa wale maafisa ambao wako in charge ya watoto. Unajua,
because according to Cleophas Malala, the play required, the cast comprised of 38 girls. And he says that they had received information that 15 girls were still missing. And according to Cleophas Malala, he was apportioning the blame of these missing girls on the police. So he wants the police to produce these girls because according to him, he thinks that these girls were held by, or rather they went missing as a result of the police interference. So before we continue with this analysis, ladies and gentlemen, kindly like this video, subscribe to this channel, and to existing subscribers, I want to continue thanking you so much, because without you, this channel wouldn't have grown. So what we are sure about right now is that the BUTERE girls were heading to their school. At the time I was doing this video, there's already communication that they were on their way to BUTERE. Reason being, they could not stage their play because the manner in which that organization was done could not allow them to exhibit their talent. They were denied lights, they were denied audience. In fact, like you're seeing on the screen, that picture of empty chairs, that is what the BUTERE girls were subjected to. So that's why they had to walk out of that place. And if you listen to our previous analysis, we talked about this mayhem. But our focus in this video is Cleophas Malala. And also, there's something that Gideon Moi said. Gideon Moi is saying that the government is afraid of its own children.
It is that we have a government in place that has done so many bad things that is afraid of the truth being told. The leader of this government is called RUTO, and that was his name when he was sworn in. But nowadays he's called Kasongo. He's called Kaongo, because he has set in place a culture of lies. This is a country where truth is an endangered species. They do not want to be told the truth, that this government is corrupt, that is abducting its own children. Our children want to tell the story on the stage through a play called Echoes of War. Why are they being prevented? It is because it's a government that is afraid of its own shadow. That kind of a government is not worth being called a government. If you can be afraid of your own children, what kind of a government are you?
So that was a statement that came from Gideon Moi. So Eugene was merely trying to react to the government's manner in which the government was handling these students, these pupils, to a level where tear gases could also be seen. Now, a couple of people have reacted. I've also seen a reaction from Gideon Moi, which I think is good if we go through, because Gideon Moi said something about the old drama. In fact, he even touched on what happened at night. Let me just take you through Gideon Moi's statement. He started off by saying, last night, Kenya witnessed yet another disturbing display of state repression as security agencies attempted to obstruct the staging of Echoes of War by BUTERE Girls High School today at the 2025 National Drama and Film Festival through violent intimidation of the playwright, Honorable Cleophas Malala, in Rongai, Nakuru County. A pure form of artistic expression, the play is bold and thoughtful satire on the collapse of social services, entrenched patronage politics, and broken promises, reflecting the lived frustrations of our young people. It must not be lost on Kenyans that this play was banned from proceeding to the national levels, and it took judicial intervention to ensure its performance. This act of censorship evokes the 2013 ban of Shackles of Doom, also staged by the same institution and scripted by Honorable Malala. This incident is not isolated but a growing pattern of silencing dissent through extrajudicial means. Just days earlier, a ragtag militia unleashed hooliganism at a place of worship in Kasarani where a former deputy president had attended. If it was just a play, why is it controversial? Does it promote? Okay, in very few words, Gideon Moi has also thrown his weight behind in support of Cleophas Malala, because if you look at this statement, Gideon talks about because based on this statement, Gideon talks about what transpired over the weekend when Rigathi had to also been whereby goons invaded Rigathi Gachagua's. Gideon also is talking about what happened to Rigathi Gachagua over the weekend, where goons invaded a church he had attended. To summarize this whole thing, ladies and gentlemen, there are 2 points very important. One, Eugene Omala tells us that the government it's afraid of its own children. Now, that's a very tough statement, which you can't just assume it evil. The government is afraid of its own children. That can be confirmed by the manner in which the police descended on the BUTERE girls. If you looked at the event from jana usiku paka saizi, you will agree that Eugene Omala maybe has a point there. And to the second point, the 15 people who are missing, 15 girls missing, that Cleophas Malala has also told us about, the big question is, who has them? Did they just disappear on their own volition? Where are they? So that is a concerning thing which Cleophas Malala also shared, which must be unearthed. That issue must be addressed also, where these 15 girls are in. Because according to Malala, there were 38, 15 are still missing, meaning the number that boarded that bus is around 23. If my math's correct, it should be 23. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to rest my case there, but just go below in the comment section and tell us what you think about this issue from Malala accusing the police of knowing the whereabouts of the 15 girls missing. So perhaps if you're watching this video and you've not subscribed, take 1 second and subscribe, like this video. Till we catch up again, stay safe and stay blessed.